it's Amy again. I want to talk to you guys about my job at Disneyland. So yes, I worked at Disneyland. That's kind of why I feel like I haven't filmed for so long. I feel like so many things have happened lately, and I'm just so excited for this year. I feel like this year is my year. I know everybody says that, but this year is literally my year. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my skin. I can feel it. I just know this is going to be my year. And yeah, I actually started working in Disneyland. November is when I got hired. Last year, so 2015, November 2015, I got hired. So I left to go live in Anaheim, had to move everything over there, and honestly it was the best decision I ever made because I was so tired of this little tiny town that I lived in, and just I was going through so much that I felt like I needed to get out. I needed to get out and start somewhere new, and that's what I did. And I got hired in Disneyland, and honestly the most amazing time there. I loved it 100%. I loved it. I didn't necessarily like what I was doing, but I loved working there. I loved meeting people from different parts of the country, from everywhere. Everybody comes to Disneyland, so there were so many people there, and I loved it 1000%, and it was just an experience for me. Since I didn't necessarily like what I was doing at the time, and I was by myself, my family, my friends, everybody was over here, so I decided to move back. But living in LA and working at Disneyland were really it was my dream come true. So I'll tell you a little bit about Disneyland. So working there, if you want to start off, you want to go and apply. For me it was a little bit tricky. I feel like I did it a couple times just because I didn't really understand the site. It was a little bit weird. Maybe it was just me, but I feel like I went on there and did whatever I had to do. Then the thing with Disneyland though is once you apply, you have to wait 60 days. No, sorry, you have to wait 6 months. So if you got hired, if you didn't get hired, let's say you applied today and you didn't get hired, well, you still have to wait 6 months to reapply. So that was kind of like the sucky part, just because I got hired right away. But then after, when I quit, because yes, I quit, I know, I wanted to go back. I kind of regretted my decision and I wanted to go back, but now I had to wait 6 whole months, which was like torture because I live in Anaheim, so I'll go to downtown Disney just for the heck of it. And I don't know if you guys know this, but you can go and watch the fireworks. So even if you don't have a ticket to Disneyland, you could still go outside and just watch the fireworks, which is pretty cool. So that's what I do. And I love it 1000%. And I just feel like working at Disneyland, I don't know, I felt like everybody was so nice and like family, and like everybody just comes up and talks to you. It's like such an amazing feeling, and you meet so many different people, which is great. You get so many advantages, which is the best part ever. You get to go into Disneyland for free. You get to invite friends for free. You get to invite family for free. It's really amazing. And not only that, but you get like secret little things that you get to go in there. So backstage is the funnest ever. You're not allowed to take pictures on stage or backstage. It's not allowed unless they say that you can, which most of the time you're not going to be able to, but I heard from some people that sometimes they'll let you. So it was really hard for me because I was there, like, I had a shift at 2 in the morning and it was so beautiful. The castle was by itself. Like, everything was just so pretty, and it was so hard for me to just not take a picture, even though I wanted to so bad. But yeah, so then After that, what else can I tell you guys about? So yeah, no pictures backstage, no pictures on stage, if you're working. So even like if you see a celebrity, that's a little bit harder too, because who doesn't want to take a picture with a celebrity? So that. And then other perks of working there, I would say just like seeing all the cool things backstage. So like characters, I want to say a couple things, but I don't want to take away the magic, so I'm just going to keep quiet. But yeah, there's so many perks and so many advantages from working there. It's amazing. Like, since I lived there, I just used to go to Disneyland just because I was bored, or I would just go just to have dinner or lunch, because they do recommend you to go and eat everything. You get discounts on food, discounts on clothes, discounts on accessories. You get discounts on everything, from Universal Studio Parks to movie theater tickets. So that itself is like a bunch of perks. All these puppies are howling. Perks. Oh, you get some free things, which is also pretty awesome. I remember when Star Wars came out, during that time, I think it came out like in December, and we get pins. So I got a pin and a button, so it was so exciting. I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, you get buttons if you collect buttons, which I do, which I'm a freak, but if you collect buttons, you get buttons all the time at Disneyland, for holidays especially. So like for movies, like for holidays, so for Christmas I got one, for New Year's I got one. It's just really cool. You get to kind of, you feel like you own the place, and you feel like you walk in and you can do whatever you want. Like, you just tell people like, oh, I'm a cast member, and everybody's just so welcoming, and they just like, oh, what park do you work at? California or Disneyland, or what ride do you work at? So it's pretty cool, really. It really is. You get to see almost like the coolest things. What you call it? The Thunder Mountain Ranch. No, what is it? The Thunder Ranch restaurant, and the goats and the zoo and everything was going away. We got to like go in and just kind of see all that. So it's really cool. I wouldn't say there's any disadvantages, but like I said, you do have to wait 6 months. 6 months. Oh my Lana. You do have to wait 6 months in order to reapply again, which is the sucky part. You do have some blockout dates, so that's another sucky part. So you get to go in for free whenever you want, but you do have blockout dates. So when it gets really busy, they won't let you in. You get like a little calendar, and it tells you what days you can go in, what days your family can go in, because sometimes you get like a main pass, and then you have your ID. So your ID, you can get in the park whenever you want. It's unlimited. You can get in whenever. If you have the main pass, which they give to everybody, that's like family and friends can go in, and only 4 can go in. So you and then 3 other people that you want to invite. So it's not like you can invite anybody that you want, but that main pass only works 13 times a year. Every January 1st, it reloads again to 13 times. So that's cool. Your ID though, you get to go in whenever. That's unlimited. You can chill there whenever you want. So that's really cool. But yeah, family, friends, if you're with your family, you can leave them. But if you're with friends, you have to stick with them. So just because, I don't know, actually that rule's kind of crazy. Because what if you have like a family, like a cousin or something? That's kind of crazy. You don't want to leave them by themselves, because if they do anything, it goes back on you and you could end up getting fired. So be careful if you do that, because you don't want to get fired from Disneyland. I quit there just because I didn't like what I was doing. I'm into beauty, I'm into all that kind of stuff. So my reason of going to work there was because I wanted to do like cosmetology, something like that. But I was just like, you know what, get me in, whatever you want to get me into, just get me in. And kind of backfired a little bit, just because I was working in attractions, and everybody has their thing. So I talked to like, I think it was like half and half. Half was telling me it was like horrible, and then the other half was telling me they loved working in attractions. So I think it just depends on you. For me, I didn't like it at all. I just felt like it was really scary, and it's a lot of responsibility. I know it sounds crazy, but it might sound like I just didn't want to do it. And if you get the job, you can always change every 3 months, I believe. But if you get it, they're very, very strict on safety. Disneyland's number one thing is safety. So if you get attractions, let's say, you can change 3 months, but what they don't tell you, because I had to hear this from my coworker, she was telling me that if you mess up and it's like a safety issue, then you have to be there for 6 more months. It's kind of like torturous. Like, I was like, I cannot do this. It was like, they train you for like literally probably 1 day. You have 3 days of training, but the first day they kind of just take you on a tour of Disneyland. Like, here are the bathrooms, just in case anybody asks. Here's this, the restaurants, whatever. And then the second day, it's training day. So they'll train you all day. And then the next day, which is the third day, it's the day of your test. So they only will train you in like the first hour or two, just to kind of go over everything they went the day before. And that's it. So really they only train you 1 day. And I felt like attractions was so hectic, especially because I was working Fantasyland. So I had Peter Pan, Dumbo, the train, and Snow White. No, Peter Pan. Did I already say that? Peter Pan, Dumbo, the train, and I thought there was one more. I thought I worked on 4. Train, Dumbo, Peter Pan, Pinocchio. Ugh. Yes, so it was crazy. It was hectic, especially Peter Pan. Peter Pan, there's always a line in Peter Pan, and you have to keep going and you have to be fast, because if you stop the ride for just a little bit and it turns into a really long little bit, you could mess up the whole ride, and then mechanics have to come and everything. So it's really crazy. So every time that a ride stops and they tell you it's not working or whatever, it's probably because of that, because the cars just keep like bumping into each other like as it goes. So it just keeps stacking until it just can't anymore, and it just goes crazy, which was so scary. But the fun part was working in attractions. My favorite part was closing and opening, because you have to walk inside the ride, which is the coolest thing ever, because I don't know, you just kind of get to see all the cool things inside, and you just walk around kind of seeing everything. So I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So that was the funnest part. So I quit that, and hoping that now I get what I want to do. What I really want to do is cosmetology, but I'll get into, I love fashion, so I can get into costuming, which I think is pretty cool too. So either one of those is pretty cool. I just have to wait a couple more months in order for me to work there again. So if I do end up working there and you see me, just say hello to me. And yeah, so that is my story of Disneyland. Those are the perks of working there. Here's another thing. So if you want to be a character and you think you're going to be like a princess or something, you can't. Don't think you're going to go into being what you want to be, because you don't know what you're going to be, first of all. And second of all, there's height limits. So me, unfortunately, I really wanted to be Jasmine, but I can't because I'm too little. So they have heights for everybody. So 5'2", I believe, is like chipmunk size. So you could be Chip or Dale. 5 feet is Mickey or Minnie. So that's kind of cool, because that's me. I get to be Mickey or Minnie, I don't know. And then 5'3", I believe. I'm not too sure what 5'3" is, actually. But yeah, you have to be 5'4" to be a princess. I think that was the correct height, is 5'4" to be a princess. Any princess, you just have to be 5'4". But yeah, it's really, really fun just seeing all the cool characters in backstage. I think that was also really cool, seeing how they like are preparing for the show, and like, I don't know, I just thought that was so cool. The coolest part though of working there for me was working the last day of Fantasmic. That was like the best memory I will ever have in my head for the entire life. It was so amazing. I know it's coming back, it's not gone forever, but just seeing all those people coming in and cheering for every little thing, it was just so like magical. Oh, also another thing I want to say is Disneyland is all about making magic. So the fun part is that you have that authority. You can do that kind of stuff. So you can go up to people and be like, oh hey, you're waiting in line for this ride, it's 60 minutes long, why don't you come with me and get in front of the line, which is so awesome. I love, 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 love that. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but if you get something from Disneyland and you don't want to be carrying it the whole way, there's actually a drop off place that you can actually drop off whatever you bought. They'll hold it until whenever you're gonna leave. They can even hold it until the end of the night when the park closes. They'll hold it for you, and whenever you're gonna leave, just stop by, grab it, and you can go. And it's like the coolest thing ever. If you drop popcorn on the ground, they can refill it for free. If you drop your soda on the ground, they can refill it for free. Disneyland's very, very good about all just making you happy, just making your day, because after all, it is the happiest place on earth. So if you didn't know all these things, I'm telling you now, because I didn't know any of this. And yeah, if you lose your Dumbo, your stuffed Dumbo, or if you lose some mini ears, just tell somebody and they will make your magic. They will get you one. So that's really cool. You don't have to pay for it again. So yeah, so I'm out of breath. That was a lot. But yeah, if you want to work at Disneyland, just know that it's amazing. And for me, it was so easy. They're the best people ever. Like, everyone there is so cool. So yeah, so that's my story on working at Disneyland. I hope I work there again soon. I'm crossing my fingers because I love that place. And what better than going to Disneyland and just getting paid to go to Disneyland is the coolest thing ever. It's like the coolest job ever. So yeah, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I gave you some tips so whenever you go to Disneyland now, you can do all these cool things. So yeah, I will probably be making another video on all the secrets and like cool things that go on in Disneyland. So this one's all about if you want to work there. The next one's going to be like if you don't want to work there, you just want to go there to have fun and you want to see some hidden Mickeys. It'll be in the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!